Hey you guys, how's everyone doing today? Happy hump day, Wednesday, another day in quarantine. I'm cooking Julie Hardigan. I'm in my place in Asbury Park this week actually. Have to shoot some videos for clients here, and plus in Hoboken where I've been spending most of my time, we haven't really been able to go outside very much. Hi guys, how you doing? So what I'm gonna do today and show you in Quarantine Kitchen is 5 of my favorite dressings and drizzles that you can make with things you have on hand. And these are great ways just to liven up salads or grilled chicken or fish or roasted veggies, kind of anything you have on hand. Hi guys, I see lots of people jumping on Instagram. It's so nice to see you all. So okay, I'll give you a rundown of the 5 things that we're gonna make. They take no time at all, and I bet you can make at least one of these with what you guys have. Okay, the first one is, this one's totally one of my favorites, you guys. It's a Spanish spiced roasted pepper dip or spread. It's the most amazing, lightly sweet and smoky kind of roasted pepper dressing. It's kind of like something you might have in Spain, but I'm gonna show you how to lighten it up. That's dressing number 1. All you need is some jarred roasted peppers and a few other things. Dressing number 2 is another, sorry, they're all my favorites. It's like trying to pick a kid that's your favorite or whatever. It's a Middle Eastern creamy tahini dressing. Give me some thumbs up if you guys love tahini. Kind of like that sauce you would have on falafel. I'm obsessed with tahini, and I have a really great way to use it to make a yummy, creamy drizzle for just about anything, but make it in a healthier, lighter way. So I'll show you that one. Then we're gonna go all the way back to the classics, and I'm gonna show you how to do just a really straightforward balsamic vinaigrette. You could use any vinegar you have and any oil you have, but I'll give you different riffs on that. Then next, I just made this last week. I don't know what I did with my kale. Oh well, I lost my kale, you guys. I have a way of making a really fast, light, creamy Caesar dressing using Greek yogurt and a few other things that you probably have. And then the last one, it's one of my favorites for Taco Tuesday. I can show you, or I'm gonna show you how to make a Chipotle lime, kind of like aioli that you could put on shredded cabbage, shredded veggies. It's great to top tacos or Mexican dishes. So let's get started. Hi everyone, so everyone who's just joining, we're doing 5 really easy, healthy drizzles or dressings. So these are all things just to liven up the food you've been eating, because I don't know about you, but pantry cooking is definitely a challenge, I'm sure for all of us, and it can definitely get boring. So I wanna help you liven things up with healthy, easy hack recipes. Okay, so the first one, Spanish spiced roasted pepper dip. I did some rinse, drain, jarred roasted peppers here. Now what I'm gonna add, let me do a quick survey too. Who's got one of these guys? Immersion blender. You guys love these as much as I do? If you don't have one yet, I really highly recommend you grab one for your cooking game. They're like $25. You can get one on Amazon. They're awesome because you can basically put the blender into your bowl or into your pot, and it's really easy to clean too. And I know a lot of my followers, you guys live in apartments like me, they take up no room. This part comes off, well, I'll take it off after. And you can throw it right in the dishwasher. It's so easy to clean and they're fast. So what we're gonna do first, and here's the tip. I hope it doesn't happen to me. It'd be kind of hilarious if it does. You need to submerge it all the way into whatever you're pureeing. Otherwise, it's gonna turn into like a helicopter and spatter you with roasted pepper. All right, hold on. You see how fast that works? They're awesome for like soups if you wanna puree them at the end to just thicken them up a little bit. The jarred roasted peppers, they're actually already really sweet, and they come out really yummy and silky when you puree them like this. No spatters yet. Okay, additions for this one. We're gonna add in a little bit of one of my favorite spices, and if you guys have been watching these and following me, you know that this is one of the ones I use all the time in my cooking. Where'd you go? Smoked paprika. Do you guys like cooking with this at home? It's different from regular paprika. I wish I could let you smell it. There's no smell-o-vision going on there. It basically smells like your favorite barbecue place. It's got this yummy, smoky, rich, delicious, slight kick to it, and it's gonna taste so delicious with the roasted peppers. You can go by taste with this, you guys. You don't have to sweat. There's no like specific recipe, but I'll post the episode like I always do afterwards on my YouTube, my Facebook, and my Instagram at CookingWJulie. So if you missed one of the little dressings or drizzles, you can just go back and watch that one. I'm also going to add a little bit of cumin. It's another favorite spice of mine. It's kind of like the earthy flavor that you love in tacos. And it just plays really, really well with smoked paprika. I love it. of that. Then you gotta have some garlic. If you guys don't have any fresh, you can totally use some granulated garlic for this. I do have fresh, and it's getting a little wilted, to be honest. I love using a microplane. If you guys don't have one of these, I would also highly recommend you grab one. Again, just on Amazon. They help you grate things like Parmesan, garlic, really fast and easy and right into the container. Oh my God, I love this spread so much. I'm so excited. You can totally use this for a dip. You can use it for, oh my gosh, just about anything. You don't even really need to put the immersion blender back in. You can just give it a stir. Season with salt and pepper, of course, but you knew that. That's it, you guys. Totally fat-free. Any WW friends in the house? 0 points on all the plans. If you wanted to, you could add a little olive oil. You could add a little bit of like walnut oil if you want to get crazy and have a good time with it. But honestly, I like it just like this. It's great on any grilled chicken or grilled fish, roasted veggies as a dip, salad dressings. It's so healthy and yummy. Okay, that was dressing number 1, our Spanish spiced smoky roasted pepper dip. Dressing number 2, now we're gonna go a little more Middle Eastern, and I absolutely love this one too. I'm really hooked on it on roasted veggies. You're gonna start with tahini. You guys cooking with tahini? Give me some thumbs up if you guys love tahini. For people who haven't cooked with it yet, tahini is basically the equivalent. Tahini is to sesame seeds as peanut butter is to peanuts. So it's just, comes in a jar like this. You'll probably find it by the peanut butter. You can order it online, or sometimes in the ethnic section. But you can see it's creamy and yummy and nutty, and it's great for people with nut allergies because it's a seed. So we're gonna start with some tahini, and then to the tahini, I'm going back to my garlic, you guys. Everything needs a little garlic. Gonna mince some garlic in there. The only thing with tahini, it's a little high in fat, calories, and smart points. So I'm gonna show you my trick to lighten it up and stretch your serving to make it give you all that flavor punch that you want in a nice big serving size for less calories and fat and smart points. That was a mouthful. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit of cumin to this one too. The smoked paprika you can or don't have to add. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. This guy is gonna get some fresh lemon juice. You guys have lemons in the house? Definitely grab lemons. I use them to kind of brighten up soups, just about everything really. I love lemon. Okay, add some lemon to this. Next, we are going to add, believe it or not, I know this sounds totally crazy, we actually add some water to this. And wait till you see, I'll give you guys little peeks in the bowl. When I add the water, it's not actually even gonna like make it watery in a weird way. I'm not sure chemistry-wise this happens, but it actually thickens it up a little bit. I'm gonna go with our water. Stir it in. I mean, thickens it up unless I do it on like, alive, in which case it makes it watery. I'm just kidding. You'll see. It's not nearly as watery as you would think from all the water I just added in. And then you're gonna catch the trick I have to really stretch this out and make it a yummy, creamy tahini. Check it out, you guys. So it's a little thinner, but it actually just stretches it out. It almost makes it like fluffy. I absolutely love tahini. Look at yum. You guys love falafel too, like me? Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorites. Okay, can you see? And all you need is a bowl and a fork. And again, no worries about measurements with these. Okay, now if you want, you can add a little bit of olive oil to it. It just adds a bit of richness. If you are following the WW plan for my friends out there on WW, just track each component as you put it in the bowl, measure it, and then you're gonna wind up with this guy with about probably like 2 or 3 Smart Point a serving, for like a 2 tablespoon serving, because the next ingredient I'm gonna add will surprise you. It's one of my favorites. Oh, my dog just peeked around the corner. He's terrified of the tripods, you guys. It's so funny. We're gonna add some Greek yogurt. Fat-free Greek yogurt is one of my favorite ingredients to play with in so many different recipes. I'm gonna use it in the Caesar dressing in a minute, and I'm gonna use it in the Chipotle lime aioli too in a second. So we're gonna add a little bit of fat-free Greek yogurt to our creamy tahini dressing. And it won't come out tasting. I know for some people, who doesn't like Greek yogurt? Who thinks it's too tart? It's great in cooking. I would say that. I understand why some people don't like to just eat it plain because it's really got that bite. It needs some fruit or honey or something with it. But when you mix it with other ingredients, it's such a great fat-free, high protein. Who was here on last Friday for my 4 fun dips with Greek yogurt? When you add other things to it, you don't notice how tart it is. All right, you guys, check it out. I'll give you a closer. Ta-da, creamy tahini dressing. Oh my God, you guys, seriously, one of my favorites. We make this all the time. It never lasts. It's awesome on roasted Brussels sprouts, awesome on a kale salad, great with, gosh, just about anything really. Any kind of sauteed veggies. You can put this on chicken. You know those grain bowls I keep talking about as a way to make a work from home lunch and use up little extras in your fridge? This would be amazing on top of a grain bowl. So would the roasted pepper dressing. So either of these, by the way, they're gonna keep in your fridge for at least a week, but you're gonna use it up before that anyway. All right, dressing 1, Spanish spice roasted pepper. Dressing 2, creamy tahini dressing. Now we're gonna move on to number 3. Let me get this out of my way. I know myself, I would knock that over right onto my blouse. Also, guys, I don't know if you saw I posted, this is so crazy, it was so last minute. I'm gonna be on Inside Edition tonight. You know that show, it's on at like 7 o'clock in most markets. It's nationwide. They just asked me yesterday to fill in for somebody that couldn't be there. And I'm sharing easy tips to make your food last longer. I'm wearing a mask and everything. So you guys definitely check it out, Inside Edition. All right, to make your own homemade vinaigrette. It's so simple, because I know I actually don't even really like bottled salad dressing anymore at this point. I can taste all the artificial ingredients in it and they taste a little too sweet. They just taste weird to me. So I'm going to show you the basic proportions you need to know to make any vinaigrette. So you start with your vinegar, or you can start with lemon juice or lime juice if you want it. I'm just going with straight balsamic. You could use sherry vinegar, red wine, white wine vinegar, hopefully cider vinegar, rice wine, any kind you have. The proportion to know is 1 part vinegar to 3 or 4 parts oil, but I'll show you how to lighten that up. And I'm going to show you how to get it nice and thick too. We're going to start with a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Now, the reason why some of your vinaigrettes separate, you know how like you get like the little layers and you have to shake it up and it's just not as appealing, your salad comes out a little greasy. The key is to add something a little bit thicker to it to help draw the two together into an emulsification. I'm getting nerdy on you now. If you remember, I was an engineer before I became a chef, but I'll share some ideas that I use to thicken my vinaigrettes. Dijon mustard, any mustard. I love mustards, they're a favorite. Another option, if you like a little bit of a maple, kind of a sweet vinaigrette, you could add some maple syrup or some honey. But for today, I'm just gonna go straight forward and stick with Dijon. Let's see. You guys make your own salad dressings? Give me thumbs up if you do. I can see people on Instagram who are jumping on. Okay, a little Dijon mustard. And then you just take a fork. Now if you want, you can add chopped up fresh herbs. You could add a minced up shallot. I love that in vinaigrettes. It adds tons of flavor. We're gonna stir in our mustard and our vinegar, salt and pepper. Okay. Next, we're gonna add our olive oil. You could also, if you wanted to have fun with it, you could use some walnut oil just to give it different flavor. You could use, I don't know, kind of anything you have. If you only have cooking oil like canola, that would be fine too. So the key thing to do when you're making a vinaigrette, we've added our mustard, is just to go slow with the oil. this bottle's like, yeah, no problem, I'll be slow, Julie. And whisk all the way as you're going. Now, for people who are trying to cut fat or smart points, what you can do, and this is a trick I do when I write recipes for WW, I've written lots of vinaigrette recipes for them. You actually replace some of the olive oil with chicken broth or vegetable broth. I know that might sound weird, but I promise you will not know it's there. And it's gonna give you a bigger portion of vinaigrette for way less calories and fat and smart points. So if you're worried about that and you wanna keep track, that's something you can try. You could do this with a whisk too, by the way, instead of a fork. I'm not sure why I'm not using a whisk, to be honest. If you see, I'll give you guys a little peek again. I love maple balsamic actually personally too, but I wanted to show you the mustard. Check it out. You see how nice and thick and rich that is? Can you guys see? It's so hard to tip it for the camera for everybody. I'll use a spoon. There's this one restaurant in Hoboken where I live that has like the best balsamic vinaigrette. They just changed owners. It's called Margaritas. I hope they still have it. Check it out. You guys see that? It's nice and thick. It's like the kind you would get at a restaurant. No artificial like sweeteners and preservatives and weird fake flavors and what? That took like 3 minutes. You guys can totally make your own vinaigrettes. Okay, so we did our Spanish smoky roasted pepper dip. We did our creamy tahini dressing. We did our classic balsamic vinaigrette. 2 more left, and they are Greek yogurt based, you guys. I love a good Caesar salad, and by the way, I've been buying a lot of kale just because it lasts for so long in the fridge, and it goes so well with this. It's like a lemony creamy Caesar. So we're gonna start with our fat-free Greek yogurt. I don't have any anchovies here. Do you guys like anchovies? My boyfriend and I were arguing about anchovies the other night. He got them on our pizza, and I was like, dude, they were whole. It was like way too much. I like them in a dressing. That's just me. I see a thumbs up there. Someone who likes anchovies. They definitely add amazing flavor to a Caesar. I was kind of bummed I didn't have any here to show you. But what you can use if you don't have anchovies are some capers. I feel like capers are the thing that everybody bought for one recipe, and they're in the back of the fridge, kind of just hanging out back there. If they're still in the brine, they're totally fine, and they're gonna add that like nice jump of flavor that you want to your Caesar, so I love adding them. You can chop them up or you can just add them in. I don't rinse them, but I know some people do. I like the brininess, I don't mind. Okay. Next, back to the garlic. No Caesar would be complete without garlic. So we started with some fat-free Greek yogurt, some capers. I'm gonna add some garlic. Then, this one is important. It's a great ingredient. You guys all have some Worcestershire? I think that's how you say it, Worcestershire. It adds this like richness to it, a little saltiness, a little bit more oomph. So you definitely want to add some Worcestershire to your lemony creamy Caesar. For everyone joining, I'm doing 5 easy homemade dressings and drizzles. This is Quarantine Kitchen. I'm at Cooking W Julie. I go live 3 times in a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, with easy pantry tips to get us all through this current situation. I saw someone post today, they said, let's stop calling it new normal, let's call it current situation, and I am totally down with that. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit of Worcestershire, and then, I mean, fresh grated Parm would be best, but hey, you know what, I had this in the back of the fridge, it's gonna be fine. So we're gonna add a little bit of fresh grated Parm to this too. Well, not fresh, sorry. By the way, who watched on Monday when I kept calling the granola oatmeal? Someone called me out on that and I was laughing. I was like, I know. So if you go back, guys, I've been posting every episode on my YouTube. It's Cooking W Julie, and I have lots of other videos there too. And I post them on IGTV for all my friends that are watching on Instagram. So you can see I've done like how to make soup with no recipe. I've done grain bowls, a whole bunch of different kinds of like just pantry cooking ideas for you. 4 fun dips with Greek yogurt. Okay, our Caesar's almost done. What I'm going to add to this, now we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil. The reason I'm doing that, it's got this whole Greek yogurt base to it, but you can get away with adding so much less oil by adding the olive oil to the Greek yogurt at the end, just to kind of give it that richness and silkiness that you're looking for. It's gonna keep your smart points really low and your fat and your calories low. We'll go with some olive oil in here. And then finally, especially if you're making a kale Caesar, I highly recommend you add a little squeeze of lemon juice to this. If you really hate lemon, you can leave it out, but I really love how it brightens the whole thing up. It just plays so nicely with all the other flavors. So back to our lemon. There's still plenty of lemon juice left in this from before. By the way, this is another great kitchen gadget to get, and I'm not a big gadget person. I like to keep it pretty simple. I live in an apartment. You don't actually need that much stuff, but these guys are great. I mean, you can use this for really anything, for lemons and limes and oranges, but you put it cut side down for anyone who hasn't used one, just in case. It catches the seeds, it makes it so easy. Hi guys, people joining on. I'm doing 5 fun, easy dressings or drizzles to make with pantry ingredients. We did a Spanish spiced roasted pepper dressing, a creamy tahini dressing, a classic balsamic Dijon vinaigrette. Now I'm doing a lemony Caesar dressing using Greek yogurt. These are all lightened up and low in fat and low in calories. Add a little bit of lemon juice. And I post these afterwards on my IGTV, so if you missed any of them and you're curious, you can just go back and watch. Okay. Oh, the other one I did was 5 things to do with lean ground turkey. Because I know that can get boring too after a point. All right, you guys, check it out. We just made, how easy was that? Creamy, lemony Caesar dressing. Would be awesome on, gosh, seriously, shredded kale, shredded romaine, any lettuce you have. If you like Caesar vibe, you can put it on chicken, fish, anything like that. This last one is so awesome and so easy. You guys are gonna totally dig it. It's great for Mexican dishes. So when I have tacos, I really love when they put that crunchy, slightly spicy slaw on top, but confession, I don't really love mayonnaise. This isn't even so much about being healthy. I think it tastes kind of sweet and gloppy. It's just not my jam. It's not my favorite. So to lighten it up and to give it some brightness and freshness, I use Greek yogurt to make a Chipotle lime dressing for any kind of slaw. So back to our Greek yogurt. This one's so fast. And for me, a taco without any kind of slaw on top, any kind of crunch, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's so much more fun when it's got that little burst of color and brightness. It's healthier. And by the way, if you're like still shopping and picking up ingredients, cabbage lasts for such a long time. So you can shred it up, you can saute it, you can add it to soups, and it's perfect for Taco Tuesday. All right, you guys are keeping some Chipotle and adobo around, right? I hope so. When you open that can for that one recipe, do not throw the rest out. Put it in a little container like this. It's got enough acidity in it. I have never had one go bad before I've used it up. And here's how you'll know if it did spoil. It's gonna grow mold on it. It's gonna be super obvious. So always, always keep them. Now, tips here, I'll just show you. They come with the whole Chipotle in there. Ta-da! You could take this out and chop it up. It's got the seeds in it. That's gonna pack a huge punch. It's gonna be really spicy. So if you don't dig spicy or too spicy, what you wanna use instead, I'm gonna have to borrow a spoon. What you wanna use instead is just the sauce that comes with it, which I guess is like tomato based. I'd have to check the can to be honest. But it's got that Chipotle smoky flavor without as much of a kick. So we're gonna add some of that to our Greek yogurt. Then, instead of the lemon that I've been going back and forth to, I'm gonna use some lime because lime just plays so well with Mexican dishes and Asian dishes. So that's a good way for you to think about it when you're trying to decide which to add. Lime goes really, really well with things like Chipotle. It goes really well with chili garlic paste if you're finishing like an Asian soup or an Asian stir fry. But adding lemon or lime at the end of cooking always brightens things up. So we're gonna add some lime. I'm gonna add some garlic and cumin to this too, actually, why not? Those are two that just always punch up the flavor and taste amazing. Go with some lime. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do again, just like I did with the Caesar, now I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil. And I'm gonna get away with adding just a tiny bit. It's just to kind of give it that smoothness, that creamy, that richness, and it'll take away a little bit from the super tartness of the Greek yogurt. So if you were worried about that, that's the part that's gonna really make this taste amazing for you. Here we go. A little bit of olive oil. Look at me, I'm like on cocktail, right? I should be like flipping these bottles or something. Someone used to tell me I looked like Elizabeth Shue, by the way. I don't know. Do anybody remember that actress from Cocktail? Adventures in Babysitting? Okay, Greek yogurt, Chipotle and adobo sauce, lime juice, and a little bit of olive oil. Can you see how yummy this is? It totally looks like the sauce you would get if you went to Chipotle or you went to like your favorite fish. Let's all reminisce about our favorite fish taco stand that we went to on the beach that had that yummy Chipotle slaw on it. That is basically what I just made for you with Greek yogurt, lime juice, Chipotle and adobo sauce, and a tiny bit of olive oil. It's silky and yummy and so amazing on shredded cabbage, shredded carrot, anything like that. If you want, you could add a little bit of cumin to this too, or garlic, it would be great. But you guys, that is it. So we just made pretty quickly, I'm just gonna wrap it up, Spanish smoky roasted pepper spread, roasted peppers, smoked paprika, garlic, and cumin, and that was it. If you wanted, you could add a tiny bit of sherry vinegar, you could add some olive oil, but honestly, that's all you need. You just puree it. We made a Middle Eastern creamy tahini dressing with, it's lightened up too, with Greek yogurt, lemon juice, tahini, garlic, cumin, and if you want, you can put the smoked paprika in here too. Then we made, and I'll show you what I mean about this vinaigrette. We made a classic balsamic vinaigrette. I used Dijon to help thicken it. Check it out, see? It's still pretty thick, it didn't separate. You could use maple syrup or honey instead. You could use any oil or vinegar you want. You can go back and watch if you want to see the proportions that I did. Then we made a lemony creamy Caesar dressing that's lightened up. It's got only a little bit of olive oil. It's got Greek yogurt, capers. You could do anchovies, Worcestershire, garlic, very important, and Parmesan. And then finally, the last one that I know some of you caught me for is this yummy, spicy Chipotle aioli, I call it. You can call it anything you want an aioli, really. I mean, theoretically, it's homemade aioli, homemade mayonnaise, but you know what? Restaurants get away with it, so you can too. And we're doing Quarantine Kitchen. I want you guys to have fun with your food and enjoy healthy, delicious, yummy food, even though we're all kind of stuck cooking with what we have. We can still have fun with it. So you guys, thank you so much for watching today and joining me. And tune in tonight. It's Wednesday, April, what's today's date? The 8th. I'm on Inside Edition tonight, so you guys can check it out. It's nationwide, wherever you are. I'm sharing how to keep your food fresh longer. And I'll be back on Friday at 5 for another Quarantine Kitchen. And we're gonna do another happy hour edition. So it'll be some fun party recipe and maybe a cocktail because we all deserve it. Next week, I want to give you guys all a heads up too. On Monday, I'm doing an Instant Pot edition of this, showing people what Instant Pots are all about and how they work and why you might want one, making 5-minute mac and cheese, and I'm doing a giveaway of 2 Instant Pots. So tell your friends to follow me at CookingWJulie, anyone who would want an Instant Pot. And yeah, then next week too. So happy hump day. Thank you always, you guys, for joining me. I love seeing you here, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye. I'll post this after. I have to walk around to turn you off now.